sports fans. Larry Allen here at the KGAS studios, and alongside is Jason Causey, the second-year head baseball coach at Carthage. And the Bulldogs are on a roll. They've now won 7 in a row, 13 of their last 15, and we are in the playoffs facing the Robinson Rockets in round 1. But let's go back and take a look at the 2 games that we played since our last visit, and that's going to include the 2 games with Center. And the first one, I tell you what, Jason, that has to be, in my 26 years of broadcasting Carthage baseball, that pitching performance by Javorian Rockmore, one of the tops, if not the top. Just some stats: 5 innings, no runs, no hits, 11 strikeouts, no walks. I had him reaching a 2-ball count on only 3 hitters in the entire ball game, and he faced 16 batters, I believe. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. He faced 16. He only went to 2 balls 3 times, and one hitter only went to 3 balls on one of those 3 hitters, and that was the second hitter of the ball game. It was just a dominating performance by Javorian.
It was. I mean, and you look. I go back right here and look, and he only threw 66 pitches. In 5 innings, and 50 of those were strikes. I mean, so he was dialed in, and he's got really good stuff, and he was able to. His fastball was in. I would say he was in that 84 to 87 range, and it was really good, and he was able to throw his breaking ball for a strike when needed, and he kept them off balance, and and that's the type of guy that he can be whenever he's right.
Early in the year, you may not remember this conversation, but I do. Talking to you when I was first starting broadcasting, and you were sort of giving me a feel for the team, and you said you need him to come along.
Yes.
And boy, he certainly has, hasn't he?
He has. He's pitched really well for us. In district, he's the only kind of struggled a little bit out the gate against Rusk. But outside of that, he's pitched really well against every time he's been out. So he's been good.
All right, and just looking at my scorebook in that ball game, Connor Cuff was 3 for 3, a couple of RBIs. This is my stats. One of them a double. Todd Register had an RBI single. Brooks Brewster RBI double. Javorian Rockmore, the pitcher, 2 RBI double. RBI single by Jacarian Rockmore. Up and down the order, putting the ball in play.
We did. I mean, that was the day we came out, and if my memory's right, I think we jumped on them early in the first inning, and that kind of helped us relax a little bit offensively. We hit a lot of balls hard that day, had a lot of good at-bats, and was able to take care of business pretty early in that one.
All right, let's go then down to Center on Friday night. And there, Braden Wade went the distance and struck out. I had him striking out 5, walking 4, shutout, went the distance, and several key players there. Let's see, I had Connor Cuff with a couple of hits and 2 RBIs, and Todd Register had a big RBI in the first inning. I had it down as a triple. Brooks Brewster, an RBI single. Here's a double, RBI double for Brayton Smith. Again, putting the ball in play. And this is the pitcher here that was the victorious pitcher, I believe, against Hudson just a week or 2 before that, like a 3-2 ball game. And so, or maybe it was Jasper. It was one of those 2 teams. He was the winning pitcher.
Well, like I said, it all. Wade pitched well. It just. He struggled with his command there a little bit early on. And then once he got into a groove, he kind of found himself as the game went on. He got better as the game went on. But it just goes to show you, how good a job that J-Rock did on the Wednesday before. Because we had to make a few more plays behind us defensively, and they put a lot more balls in play. Offensively, we did a pretty good job offensively. We scored early. and then we kind of put a run here and a run there, and then we were able to bust it open there late. But it was a 4-0 game, I believe, going into like the 4th inning or something like that, if my memory's right.
4-0 going into the 6th.
Going into the 6th, yes. It was a a good close ball game, and finally we were able to kind of bust it open there late, and so anytime you go to center, it's just a tough place to play, and I was just proud of our guys to stay focused, and to be honest with you, now that my memory's right, I kind of remember kind of rallying them up between there, looking at your scorebook. I usually don't do this, but I got on my phone and was checking the score from the Rusk and Jasper game, and I told them, I said, look guys, if you need a little bit more motivation, Jasper and Rusk, I think at that point they were tied 2-2 in like the 5th inning, and they were like, oh, we got a chance, and so then they kind of stepped it up a little bit. So that's a little interesting fun fact there.
Well, a great strategy by you, and incidentally, for those that don't know, Jasper played them tough twice last week. It was 3-0 down at Jasper. That's when Thompson pitched, and then Rusk won it in the 8th inning. Rusk undefeated at home this year in district play, and they won it in the 8th inning. From what I read, it was a 2-2 ball game. J.D. Thompson on first, and the Jasper catcher tried to throw behind him and pick him off, and threw it down to the right field corner, and Thompson, good athlete, came around and scored, and that was a ball game.
That's correct.
and so Russ won it by a score of 3-2. Jason's right, if Jasper had defeated Russ, then we would be district champs, co-district champs with Russ. All right, well, let's fast forward now to this week. The Robinson Rockets, the number 3 seed out of District 18 4A. Only one common opponent that I saw that they've played this year and we've played, and that is they lost to Hudson early in the year, pretty big margin, but it was very early, well before district play. And they have lost a couple of times to China Spring. China Spring, the district champs, lost theirs 10-0 and 12-1. So first of all, tell us about, because I know a lot of fans, including my wife, was looking forward to maybe going to the Metroplex like we did last year with China Spring and playing on a Friday, Saturday. How'd we wind up home and home?
Well, it was kind of a last resort. Whenever we initially talked on Friday, we had agreed to do a neutral site somewhere up in the Metroplex area. And we agreed that, we would touch base again on Sunday afternoon sometime, and kind of discuss what options that we had. And, we were just, unfortunately, we had a place reserved on Friday, and we were going to play either 1 or 2 games, whatever we needed to do on Friday, but we were unable to secure a place for Saturday. And so we just, decided to do a home and home basically as a last resort. And so the rest of the details, as far as who us going there on Friday or us coming here or them coming here on Saturday, was basically me and him. We just kind of flipped a little. We flipped and that's how they fell. So we'll go there Friday, and then they'll come here Saturday.
All right. Umpires, usually in the playoffs, it's a 4-man crew and often split. We choose 2, they choose 2. What's going to happen?
That's another interesting situation. We do have our 2 guys. We agreed on a split crew. So we'll have 2 guys from the Longview chapter, and he was unable to get 2 guys from his chapter, which is the Waco chapter. They didn't. They have a shortage of umpires, so they weren't able to get 2 from there. And he we reached out to Tyler, and I think Tyler was full. And last I checked, he is going to communicate with UIL, and UIL is going to send us 2 guys, and I believe it's from. Actually, just before I got over here, I talked to Miss Surratt. The guy from the Central Texas chapter from Georgetown or somebody over there. is going to come do our games, but I don't know who they are or anything like that. So we'll have 2 guys from us and then 2 guys from wherever.
Okay. and the way it usually works, of course, our 2 guys, one game will be behind, our guys will be behind the plate in second, and the other game first and third. It sort of rotates like that, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So,
and like I said, they'll get together, our guys and their guys, they'll get together and they'll figure all that out.
all right. Now, again, the time at Robinson is at 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Okay. And obviously no JV game in the playoffs. And then back here on Saturday at 3. Now, you told me before the interview, Robinson has a grass field.
They do have a grass field, and there is a pretty good chance of rain tomorrow there and here. So, I guess that's on him as far as what he needs to figure out to do as far as finding, if his field's going to be ready or not, or if he needs to find an, alternative site over in that area. I'll let him worry about that, and we'll worry about what we can control, and we'll make sure our field's ready to go here on Saturday.
Now, I think I saw on my phone 90% chance on Thursday of rain. Okay, and so we would be playing here on Saturday. Just curious, do you put the tarp on the infield for that, or you just leave it off?
Our field handles water pretty well, so I think we'll leave it off. And with the high, it's supposed to be 90 degrees and sunny on Friday, and then on Saturday, I think it's supposed to be close to 95 degrees and sunny. So I think we'll be fine here on Saturday.
Okay, in a situation like that where the rain's approaching, do we turn off the sprinklers out there?
Yes.
Okay, very good.
That's like yesterday. We got a pretty good rain yesterday morning. And probably got about 1.5 inches of rain out there, and we were able to practice on it yesterday afternoon. So.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. It does handle it well, then, doesn't it?
It does. It does handle it pretty well. Usually, it takes certain. It's been really dry. It really needed the rain yesterday, kind of soften up the dirt. I mean, the field's in really good shape yesterday, so I will be fine here Saturday.
Now, having said that it handles it well, we're not going to turn down turf if it comes up, are we?
That's right. I mean, if something comes up and we need to move to another place here locally, we have some options. Fortunate enough, there are some schools around our area that do have turf that I'm sure we could work something out if need be.
All right, and one final question. I assume Rockmore in Game 1, Wade in Game 2?
That's the plan.
Okay.
But it's baseball, so anything can happen. Anything, we're day to day, man.
All right, any final comments, Jason?
It should be good. It should be. We got a good quality opponent. It's playoffs are here, and it's fun, and we're excited. The guys have been practicing hard. They're ready to go. And to be honest with you, I wish we wish we could go ahead and play this thing today. I mean, we're ready to go.
All right, very good. Those are the comments of Jason Causey, the Bulldog head coach. Hope you can join us. And again, that will be at Robinson Friday at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock first pitch, and then back here in Carthage, Game 2 will be on Saturday at 3 p.m. For Coach Causey, I'm Larry Allen. Have a great weekend, everyone.